everybody. I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from RJ Rockers. They're out of South Carolina. I think they're out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. This is their Bell Ringer, which is an American strong ale coming in at 8.50. That's their big beer. Guys, I think this is the strongest one that they do. So, from what he has said, the notes are high gravity offering, weighs in 8.5, and is delightfully loaded with malt and hops. This ale is worthy of your sturdiest goblet or most treasured stein. Ring it. Well, I would have used the pint glass or the double glass, guys, but they've got the water cut off out here. They're working on it somewhere up here. I went to rinse out the glass before I brought it in here, and they didn't have any water, so we ain't got no water here right now. So I guess we have to drink beer. That's what we're going to do. And I just grabbed another one out of the cabinet. This is what we're going to pour it in. The correct glass for this is a pint, becker, tumbler, snifter, the mug, Sidel, or the stein. So the food pairings for this one, guys, the cheeses are the nutty Asiago, Colby, Parmesan, and availability is year-round on this one, guys. I don't see anything else that we need to talk about. Is there anything on the label we need to discuss? Bell Ringer Ale, and it's got the code here of 3236. Not been to the site to decipher that code 3236. So if you want to figure out how old the beer is, you have to do a little research. It's not printed on the label. That's the only beef I got with these guys usually. They got a code that you got to go look up a lot of times. So I'll try to get that website up so we can figure that out in the meantime. But let's get the cap off of this puppy. See what this strong ale is about. See if it's worthy. See if it is worthy. Here we go, guys, into the glass. And from what I've seen on other reviews, I think it's unfiltered. There's some chunks in this. Big chunks in the bottom. And I'm going to leave them there. I'm not a big fan of those big chunks in there. So that's what we got. Over into the light. It is a very bronze color, guys. A lot of bubbles streaming up from the bottom. I don't see very much cloudiness to this beer for an unfiltered. Of course, you know, I've said that a lot of that stuff settles out, but there are some particles, and they are in the bottom of this one. I think I kept most of them in the bottle, though. The beer is very nice looking. Got a lot of bubbles streaming up. Let's get a nose on it. Not much head. Oh wow, very sweet. Got a very sweet smell. Not got a big aroma on this. I'm getting a lot of rich sweet malt. Maybe some candied sugar. Wow, very sweet smelling, guys. Smells very, very strong as far as the sweet smell to get that kind of sweetness. I'm not detecting the alcohol in the nose, but I'm sure it's going to be there. Cheers, guys. That's very pleasant. Candied sugar. Got a big malt, sweet malty taste to it. I'm getting some real sweetness there. Tastes pretty balanced. It's very sweet, but it's got enough hot bite to balance it out. This is pretty tasty beer. It really is. Kind of on the sweet side, but the bitterness comes on the back end. It tastes sweet at the front, and then the bitterness comes on the back. It's very nice. I really like this. This is a American strong ale, but it's a very sweet strong ale. I like it. I'm usually not into the sweeter beers, but this has just enough hot bitterness to make it taste good. I'm going to sit here and drink all of it in front of you. Wow. That's good. You know the deal. I'm going to let her taste it. We'll finish this off. It's right out of the fridge. Come back with a little bit and do the final chug. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. Very tasty beer. I mean, and it wasn't very expensive. Not super expensive. It was $2 and something, I think, for this bottle. And it's 8.5%. And it's very tasty. A lot of sweet syrupiness to it, but it's got a nice hop bitterness to balance it out. So, very, very nice. Very nice rendition of an American Strong Ale, guys. Final chug. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Just a little bit of the alcohol now that it's warmed up, but still very pleasant. That's probably one of the better beers that I've had from them. It's probably one of the, I'm going to probably go out on the limb and just say it's probably the best beer that I've had from them. So I didn't go to their website, guys, and look up that code. I know it's this year's edition of the Bell Ringer. So with that being said, I'm gonna give it a 7, which is a B+. That's where I think it is. Not quite to the A category, but it's right there at the top of the B category as far as I'm concerned. Great Beer has 67 overall and 20 in the style, and Beer Advocate comes up with 84, and I think it's up there in the mid 80s. It's not quite to the 90s yet, but it's definitely a above average beer, and right at the top of the B list as far as I'm concerned, from them, judging on it from them. It's pretty tasty. I just wish they'd do something about that code. I could just as easy put the 6, two digits for the day, 2 digits for the month, and 2 or 4 for the year, and be just as good as printing some silly code on there, guys. So I'm gonna hack on you on that, but the beer is damn tasty. If y'all have had this one, guys, give me some comments back on this. And I don't think they have a huge distribution, but I'm in Virginia and they're in South Carolina, so they're coming this far. So I don't know how far out they're reaching or what states they go to. So if you've had it, give me some comments back on this one, guys. As always, rate, comment, subscribe. Hit the like button. I was looking for you tomorrow. See you, everybody then.